Hey, what's going on, Chance? Hey, buddy. I'd rather slam my nuts in a car door than to watch your sad YouTube channel.
While my in-laws have the kids and my wife is asleep, I decided I was going to pay the first visit I have paid in years to the Goodwill on Cantrell in Little Rock. I've gotten some good stuff here in the past. You know, the scene's kind of changed, though, as far as people chasing after games. They weren't so much back then, so it was easier to find something, but not so much now. But I am going to go in and have a look. They used to keep all the games and the DVDs up at the front, but I guess in the years it's been since I last visited, they have moved them to the back. So to the back I go.
Found anything yet? We ain't found shit.
So much disappointment in this one. Now I remember why I think I haven't visited it in years. Yeah, I have gotten a couple of good games in the past, but again, you know, that was the exception, not the rule with this one. This is a location that's in the quote-unquote wealthy section of the town, and that's always the ones that people that do a lot of reselling, they advise you to hit. They say, you know, if you're going to hit the thrifts, hit the ones in the wealthy area of town. That's where you're going to find like the name brands, blah 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 blah. I tell you honestly, I find better deals where all the broke ass people go. Just saying. Well, I just got out of the Goodwill in Benton for like the third day in a row. I went there, right? Didn't find any games, but I found a kick-ass fold-up gate leg table. That's going to be my new shipping table for the time being. Because when I tell you I have a dead pile, oh, it is absolutely nuts. I have so much stuff that I need to get on eBay and get out of my garage and office. And I say that as I'm heading to the Goodwill Outlet Center because I have a very rare situation where I have a Monday off. I'm off, my kids are at school, and my sexy hot nurse wife is dead asleep because she worked 13 hours last night. And my options today were either sit around the house with my thumb firmly ensconced in my rectum, or I could go out and be reasonably productive today and try to make a little extra green. And so I opted for the latter, as much as I would love to just sit around the house, because I sit on my house all the time, don't you? I'll sit around the house on the couch and play video games. Or I could try to get myself a little bit out of debt, you know what I mean? So I'm on my way. So this is what I want to know. Who the hell drives an RV to a Goodwill? Like, who's traveling cross country and says, hey, you know what we need to do on our way to see the world's biggest ball of yarn? We need to stop at the Goodwill and get some used underwear and crap. Well, I just suffered my first ever Goodwill bin-induced injury. They brought out a big old bin full of stereos and electronic parts, and me and another dude dived at the same time, and he grabbed something and it pinched the shit out of my finger. Now, to be fair, he did apologize. But like I said, man, all is fair in love, war, in the bins. So I found an old Channel Master reel-to-reel in this one bin. And because they charge by the pound, and these things are heavy as shit, this joker would probably end up being about $10, $15. But it's missing this, whatever you call this cover on this thing. I'm not an expert on these. It's missing its case. But normally this might be something that you'd want to pick up and sell because, as you can see, they can get quite pricey. People that are really into that old vintage audio tech are big into that kind of thing. However, I've shipped one of these before. They're a pain in the ass to ship, and it arrived busted. Fortunately, I had a bunch of insurance on it, and we would both be able to... I can't talk today. We were both able to recoup our losses, but as a general rule, I don't sell anything that weighs over 10 pounds or so just because it's such a pain in the ass to ship. Well, I got to stop by my friend who works back at the computer store, chat with her a bit, but that's about all I got out of this visit besides an injury. And to be fair, that guy, he actually repeatedly apologized. He even like came up to me again later. He's like, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm not that guy. I'm like, it's okay, dude. It's okay. It's chill. But man, when I tell you, I can't stress that enough. If you go to the outlet stores, you're going to have a fight on your hands. I've made previous videos on it. You can go back and check them out. But it's a damn blood sport, y'all. Alright, I am on my way now to this little flea market called the Flip-Flop Flea Market. Say that 10 times fast. I haven't been out there in years. Matter of fact, I don't even think my youngest child was in the world at that point. So it's been a minute. It's not the easiest place to get to. You have to be on the access road off of I-30 heading that way. And if you miss it, you're going to have to drive many miles around so you can turn back around. And that's exactly what I'm doing now, because where I am is still a good probably 5 or 6 miles away from it. Last time I was in there, I remember them distinctly having a fairly decent selection of original Xbox games, which even though at one point I was pursuing a full NTSC library for the original Xbox, I eventually gave up on that because I adopted the personal philosophy that I don't want to buy games that I'm never going to play. And chasing full sets, that's just not my deal, because I'm going to end up falling in that trap. I'm going to have a bunch of games I'm never going to play. They're just going to sit there, and there's not any particular reason for it. But that said, I do still like to pick up games for the system now and again, because it is far and away my favorite system of the 6th gen. Not knocking PlayStation 2 or GameCube by any stretch of the imagination, but I just loved the original Xbox. Love everything about it. Had a lot of good memories tied to it. Loved Morrowind. That was probably my very favorite game on the system. That and Sudeki. Enjoyed them both immensely. But I'm going to go to this little banana yellow place out in the middle of the woods, and we'll see what we find. Before hitting the Flip-Flop Flea Market, I decided to make a detour at the Bull Weevil Pond on Geyer Springs because it's along the way, and I wanted to see what kind of games they have. Looks very similar to what they had last time. This is the only one I've ever been to that has sneakers. Sneakers, y'all. As you can see, they also have a Steam Deck. This is the first time I've ever seen one in person. They want $600 for it. As badly as I would like to have one of these, I can't justify that price. I have finally arrived at the Flip-Flop Flea Market. Let's go inside and see what we find. And it's basically like any flea market you'd find anywhere in the South. Lots of antique tools, old Coke bottles, in this case a homemade Razorback sign. Just the general Southern kind of fare that you would find in a place like this. And I found one thing of games, and it's PlayStation 2, and it's all sports, so strike out on 2 points for me. I do like collecting tapes here and there. Let's see what they have. It looks like all country stuff. I don't really do country cassettes. As much as I like old country, I'm not going to buy it on cassette. Just not really my thing. But yeah, nah. Well, I have to say that I remember this place being bigger.
That's what she said.
Didn't take long to get in and out of there.
Hey, phrasing!
All I saw was that little handful of sports games and country tapes, and that was about it, man. No hunting trip of mine would be complete without a stop by my favorite pawn shop in the world. I would absolutely love to have this Xbox One X that's complete in box, but for $300 I just cannot justify the price. Just got out of Sue's, and it's not that I didn't find anything I wanted, just that I didn't find anything I wanted that I was willing to pay that much money for. But I'd be lying if I said that I wouldn't love to have that Xbox Series X sitting on my shelf. It is what it is, though. It's like, and I'm sure, $300 probably not too bad for that, but I already have an Xbox Series X, so it'd be kind of a moot point to even own one, All right, and while I did not walk away with anything today during my hunt, I did get a couple pieces in the mail, so let's do a mail call. Haven't done one of those in a while. I'm pretty sure I know what they are, but we'll open them up just to be 100% certain. Oh, this seller here. That's what you call packaging something for war. Oh, yes. what I made my little YouTube short on the other day. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim Anniversary Edition, the one that comes with all the Creator Club content and all the extras. So supposedly that just packs hours and hours and hours in additional quests and items you can get and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to revisiting Skyrim. This one I don't even need scissors for. I love these kind of envelopes with the little drawstring pull. It's stuck to the glue. And my DVD copy of The Lone Gunman, the complete series. I love how they call it complete series when there was only one season. I'm so sad there was only one season. I always was just okay with the X-Files, but I loved The Lone Gunman. There's some conspiracies out there that says this show let out a little bit of the truth that they don't want you to know about, and that's why it got canceled. I'm actually not sure. Stories were great, acting was great, it was a lot of fun. Maybe one day one of the streaming networks will pick it up and bring it back. Hopefully. I wouldn't count on it, I'm not going to hold my breath, but that's the mail call for the day. So thanks for hanging out with me, and again, please subscribe, please, and like the video, and let me know what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing right, what you'd like to see more of or what you'd like to see any of, other than me walking off a cliff, because I'm not going to do that for you. But yeah, take it easy, y'all.